Guys, there was no audio, so now I have to record this whole thing again, but no worries. So, what I was saying before was I'm thinking if I could just edit the video to where, like, I don't know. Anyways, no, I can't do this again. Oh, no, hell no. Alright guys, so basically I have been looking for jobs, and I have been updating my resume a lot and just trying to send out whichever, but yes, I know that you have to, like, a lot of places want you to speak French, yes, but deep down I know that I could find a job, and plus I've been learning. It's not like, I haven't been learning, but literally the other day I was in a whole mental breakdown and I just started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna find a job, blah blah blah. So, but you know how that turns into, like, inspiration, like you just needed to let it out so you could just, like, keep going. That's how I felt. So literally when I got done crying, like, I'm just like, you know what, I'm just, like, so in my mind about, like, speaking French. It's like I'm trying and that's all that matters. But so I'm like, okay, I called this specific store, and it's more like a touristy area, so I was like, okay. I was like, hi, do you speak English and French? And they're like, yeah. I was wondering if you guys are hiring. Yeah, we are. When can you stop by and drop off your resume? I was like, today or tomorrow if you guys are not busy. And they're like, yeah, you can drop it off now. Perfect. See how, like, just ask. See how easy that was? So basically I went and the people were amazing. I love the energy, the vibe they gave off, and it was very touristy, so I think, like, a lot of people were, like, more English speakers, or like they would definitely speak English, but even a lot of people that work there do speak English. But anyways, so after I dropped off my resume, I went to another store, and sometimes it's not like what you expect, but it's something that you needed. So I went into this one store, more of like a high luxury and whatever. Of course they wanted you to speak French, like, know the basics. Why did she ask me to say some things in French? And I was like, girl, you put me on the spot. Like, is this an interview? Like, why? So I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't think I said half of the things that I just said right. So, so she's like, oh, anyways, you can just give me your resume. I could have left without her giving me, or her asking for my resume. So she's like, oh, give me your resume. I was like, okay, sure. It's more the attitude, guys. It's the attitude that you bring, the vibe that you bring. Okay. And plus she was like, oh, this and this and that about your CV. And it's like, girl, you're helping me out, because I wouldn't have known to put a picture of myself on my CV. Because I've seen it before, but where I usually apply to, it's not necessary, I guess. But here they really do want it. I was like, oh my god, thank you for letting me know, blah blah blah. So I'm glad she helped me out. I was like, oh my god, thank you for the update, blah blah. And yeah, I just felt good about it. Like, at least I tried and did it instead of not knowing. So that was a plus. I also went out the other day And if something tells you not to go out, 7 out of 10 you shouldn't. Because if you don't want to go out because you're too lazy to get out of bed or whatever, then that's a whole different thing. But if something is really telling you not to go out because you're like, you just know, it's like if I knew I was going to enjoy that night, yeah, okay. Because half the time I wouldn't go out because I don't think I would have a great time, but like some things happen and it's like, oh my god, I had the best time of my life. No, this wasn't it. It was just like I just knew, because it's not that I haven't hung out with this person before. I have, but I just didn't think I would have a good time. So I went out anyways, and it's not like they wanted to hang out. You're inviting me to this place, and this is the bar. This is a guy, and this was like those, not touristy bars, but it was like, like very well known, little high price cocktails, whatever. If I wanted to have like I don't even know how to like put this in words, because like I'm like, oh my gosh, I would never do that again. But so I go out, like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this one, and he was gonna get whatever he wanted. We go up, and he's like, he looked at me like, oh, you want it separate? I'm like, he's like, oh, you got the next one. I would understand it for like friends, and but I think this guy was trying to like, yeah. So I was like, what? And because the thing is, like, it was hard to read. I don't know, it was hard to read, but I was like, okay. And it was just like little hints, like, yeah. Anyways, so we're like talking, and this is one thing I won't do anymore. Like, as an ex people pleaser, I'm not going to like engage in small talk. Like, I don't know if you guys seen that video of Thick Me on TikTok, and she's also on Instagram, about like what small talk feels like. That was that, like, exactly down to the bone. Because if things get awkward, I'm just gonna sit there like this. Like, I don't care if we don't talk about anything. Like, I'm not gonna waste my energy on little small talk. Like, what? Oh, guys, I also wish that I could edit videos to where I could put the sounds in. If you guys know how I could do that, let me know. But that's exactly how it felt, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So I thought I wasn't recording. So I was like that, and I was like, okay, I will go for like our second round of drinks, and the bartender spilled the whole drink on me, like the salt, everything. Like, it was like those really fancy cocktails or whatever. And I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. So I go, comes back, and he was like, oh, you handled that so nice. I'm like, what do you want me to make a scene? And then like if I make a scene, the bottle's gonna revert back into the drink is gonna revert back into the cup. Like, what's the point of overreacting if it already just happened? Like, no, I don't understand. But so that happened, but we got free shots, yay. And I don't know, it's just like some things just like irked me, and it's like I I don't even try, like, it does, like, I'm not trying to, like, be that way, but it was just, like, it just did. So, I was like, I'm not really feeling it because the music's way too loud and, like, I could barely hear or whatever. So we go to this other bar. But even though I couldn't hear, I was like, okay, the vibe is nicer. Like, everyone's, like, standing up. It felt like a younger vibe. Because I also don't think he knew I was younger. I think he's, like, a little bit, not a little bit, but he's, like, how do you say it? Like, I'm in my early 20s, he's like late 20s or whatever. So I was like, I just want like a more like younger vibe. And it's not like the people that are younger, it was just like, it felt more lively, like it wasn't, like the where we went to was like more of a lounge. So, and this is like Friday night, I don't know, anyways, so we go, and then it's just like, whenever you're out and you're like, why am I here? Like, I just want to go home, like, so bad. Like, I just want to go home so bad. So, we went to McDonald's and we were just, like, talking, and it was just like, dude, if I say something wrong, just say I'm right. I don't even care. Just agree with me. But then he was like, oh, we could go to my no, I'm going home, babe. Going home. No, not at whatever time this is. I don't even care if it was 8 o'clock. No. And plus, like, why would I go back? Like, it's not like so like out there. Like it's not like I'm gonna drop that. But I feel like the people that know. So if you know, it's like, okay, like, no, you didn't pay for the drinks, yada yada, and even as friends, like, I don't trust men like that, like, no. So he was like, oh, do you want me to walk you home? No, I could definitely walk by myself. So don't even worry about that. Because if I got here, I could do it back. Okay? And, yeah. But I did go out to the Christmas market. I did have, like, I don't even know, like, if it was a date or not, but I just had a blast. I just like having fun. I like, creating stuff and just having fun. Because before I was just so worked up on people that, like, oh, I want a relationship, I want this and this and that. But it's like, realistically, I just want to create and art and create memories. Great memories. So I think that's I'm not looking for relationships. If whatever happens, yeah. But I just want to create memories and stuff like that. Like, and I went to the Christmas market, and it was an amazing time. I had a great time. I felt very, like, safe, stuff like that. Like, this was my first time meeting this person. So, but always hang out in public and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that story about the girl that she went on a date with this guy? He goes home, and then, like, he left his keys inside the house or whatever, so he asked the girl if he could come over and wait until his friend calls him back or whatever. Did you guys see, like, that's what I think. So ladies, even men, just like, bro, no, don't do it. Like, and anything that kind of correlates to like a horror or like, that type of vibe, nar. Especially on the first date. 2. Yeah, that's an instant no. This is why, like, I, like, am scared of, like, the one night stand. You don't even know this person. Like, no, like, I don't even know you. I just be scared. Like, I don't know. I'm not hating on people who do one night stands, but it's just like, bro, you don't know this person. Anyways, also, do people who make videos, do you guys plan it before you guys start recording, like, or is it just like more in the moment? Because I have no idea, like you guys plan a little bit before, or do you guys like kind of have like flashcards or whatever? Like you already know what you're going to say. But yeah. I literally just be watching anything. But I just know that, especially with the job hunting, that I'm gonna get it. I know I don't speak French right now, but at least I am learning, and just to be more out there so I could start talking in French and, you know, like, have conversations with people in French. So it's all about trying, you guys. Try. And I have been making more art lately, which I am happy about. I need crack on my back. But I have been enjoying doing more art. It's just the thing that I'm working with dry pastel, and it gets everywhere, like everywhere. And I'm also trying to like navigate like what type of vibe I want to create and stuff like that, like what I'm feeling, what I want to do, what I enjoy making as well. It's a learning process, because I feel like when I find that, like, I kind of find more about myself and how I'm feeling. Oh my gosh, guys, also last night I had like, I was sweating, like I was like in a puddle, and when stuff like that happens, I just think it's something like more internal that like is trying to get out. And when I say I was like dripping, like I was like holding onto my shirt and it was like soaking wet. So I'm like, now I feel like I have to do a deep dive into myself and figure out what is going on, because to be in a puddle like that was so unnecessary. But this December, I think, is teaching me to be like more out there. And I don't know if you guys have pattern or anything, but it literally, like you don't even say it out loud, it's just more in your thoughts, and then pattern or co-star literally says what you've been feeling, like to the bone. And people say stuff like this is not real. Ooh, like for my co-star, it says it's okay if it hurts a little. Yeah. Like what I've been thinking about doing. It literally says I do need to clean my sheets. Yes. Mute button. Don't know why. Journal. I have been thinking about journaling because I haven't done it in a while. Usually I would journal about like everything, like almost every day, but I don't think I've done it for like a week, and I haven't updated anything. And then here we go to pattern. So on my pattern it says, today, open yourself up to random experiences and social interactions. Don't worry about the planning your schedule today, as things may take an unpredictable turn. This energy helps you show up more authentically in your connections. Yes, it does. Like how yesterday went whenever I went to the store to drop off my CV. Even if your romantic partners aren't even, whoa, like it's going so fast, like it's like a little story, but and I'm reading it, so it kind of like makes me feel rushed. Even if your romantic partners aren't being critical, you still might perceive that they are. To protect yourself and avoid feeling judged, you might put up walls and shut down, or in an attempt to fix an issue, you wind up denying yourself what you want or changing who you are. That was deep. Deep. Like 83 days left. Yeah, guys, if you guys have Pattern or CoStar, let me know if all the times that it resonates with you, because that was my CoStar. Was it? Yeah. And even for today on CoStar, okay, like I said, it's okay if it hurts a little. Oh, for the longest, okay, everyone that uses Pattern, CoStar, you guys see those two? For a long time, it was always trouble with love and self, but now it's the power. Oh my gosh. Today is tough. You can't seem to access your willpower. There's a difference between love that lasts and temporary feelings of lust. Don't interpret what other people say as insults on your character. This month, you are ready to do the work. I did the work yesterday and still doing more. This is a commendable move for someone who will only settle for all or nothing. Don't waste time. The general theme of your life during this period is to use your increased sensitivity to understand others. The relief you feel when you wake up from a bad dream is there when you wake up from a bad idea too. Have faith in all your waking revelations. Well, I feel like I really needed to hear that, because wow. It's very encouraging to sometimes read that, because sometimes when you think these things alone, it's like, am I making any sense? Is this what, like, is like what I'm thinking crazy or whatever? And then you read something like that, and then you're just like, wow, like I'm not really crazy for thinking this, like this actually happens, or this is what I really need to do. I also do need to, with cause since the girl from yesterday, she's like, oh, put a picture, all that, I have updated, and I'm willing to send out I meant to print out my CVs with my picture and a little bit more updated too. Also, a lot of times, and what I've been thinking about lately is, what is the purpose of the things that I want? Do I really want these things? And I was thinking about that really hard in the shower the other day, because I'm like, why do I want to be here in France? Why do I want to travel or whatever? Like what? Like why do I want to do these things? And when I think about that a little bit more deeply, that you kind of like have a little bit more understanding of who you are and the things that you want. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, why am I here in France? The reason why I'm here in France is so I could learn French, learn the culture, because I am half French, and just everything is so much closer to. I want to work here. I want to make a living here. I want a really nice French apartment with the window, like the French doors. I want to decorate my space, have money, work, and travel. Like I want my biggest place to go is to travel to Japan. And I always think like, oh, I could have done that, back in Miami, whatever. And I just think a lot of the times like I'm supposed to be here today because back in Miami, I was so down. I was so anxious. I had so much anxiety. Compared to now is a huge difference. Like, yeah, I still have anxiety, but I'm still like I'm working on it. Like there's a reason why I'm out here, and I'm learning more about myself whenever I go traveling. When I went to Morocco, when I went to London, like being more present, and because I don't think I would have learned the things that I'm learning now if I was in Miami, to tell you the truth, because I was so not conscious, but like conscious, but I always cared what other people thought about me and stuff like that. Like I didn't want to be viewed as a bad person, whatever. Here, like I had more space to myself to think and to like learn more about myself. And to this day, and for even months from now, I'm still learning about myself, but I'm progressing as a person, and just overcoming these obstacles. I felt very stuck in Miami, like everything was like a routine and stuff like that. Like I just couldn't get out mentally, and it was scary for me, and that's why I literally just got up and left France. And a lot of times I worry about money, blah blah blah, because I don't have a job yet, but I'm working hard. I really want to find a job here, just create a living, because I have so many blessings and so many opportunities to be here right now, and I'm just really blessed. And I always ask God to always guide me, no matter where I am, what I do, like to always guide me. And sometimes it's really hard to trust, but sometimes you just have to, all the time you have to just trust God. But I think I'm gonna end it here. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I hope to see you guys next week.